I feel so blessed.
Yes, you are.
It's a fresh start for this Flint man who spent more than 5 decades in prison for a murder he says he did not commit. Horace Peterson, now 72, is back home and with his family. And on Sunday, he celebrated his first Father's Day as a free man since 1973. Our cameras were there to capture all of the hugs and emotional moments as his family and friends gathered to celebrate Father's Day. Today, we are happy to have Horace Peterson and his daughter, Anquette Woodyard, here joining us in the studio for First at 4 Focus for their very first sit-down interview. And I want to thank you both for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yes. Looks like it was a great time yesterday.
Yes, it was.
It was. So, Mr. Peterson, you're now 72 and you're back home after 52 years in prison. How are you adjusting?
I'm basically taking it a day at a time, not trying to do too much too fast. But I'm elated at the prospect of being reunited with my daughter, whom I love dearly and have missed so many days of my life.
Yeah, I'm sure. All of your adult life, basically, you were behind bars. And so how was that yesterday for you, having Father's Day with your dad for the first time since you were a child?
I'm still trying to grasp it all. Like it's still, it's I know that it's real, but it don't, you know. I just always imagine this day, and now that it's here, you know, now I'm an adult, so I can kick back now. He can have a beer, I can have a glass of wine with him because I'm an adult. It was good. It was great. It was a good day.
So, Mr. Peterson, let's go back more than 50 years ago. What do you remember about that day that landed you in prison?
Basically, I remember being arrested. You know, I remember going shopping, although I didn't get an opportunity to purchase anything. And it was just a sad day for me in that I was arrested and ultimately ended up incarcerated.
Yeah.
So it was a very sad day.
And we know someone else has confessed to the murder, someone you know, but you were with that person. What would 72-year-old Horace Peterson tell a young 20-year-old Horace Peterson if you could go back?
Well, I think I would suggest that he be conscious of everything that he participated in or everything that he do. You know, to be reflective and to know that what he's doing is not anything that would land him in the place that I was in for more than 5 decades.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure you've experienced lots of emotions, but the 2 emotions that come to mind for me are probably anger and gratitude. Did you experience both of those emotions, maybe even some days at the same time?
Well, I had very mixed emotions.
Yeah.
Because I allegedly was an armed man who entered a business establishment allegedly armed, when in fact I wasn't armed at all.
Yeah.
I didn't have a weapon. It was later retracted, the fact that I didn't have one. But I think it was retracted too late because I think the seed and harm had already been planted. So it was a uphill fight, to say the least.
Yeah. But you are very grateful today, though, to be.
Of course, I'm grateful.
Yes,
you know, every day I'm free is a grateful day.
Yeah.
And I was definitely grateful to have my freedom back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was bitter because I felt that it didn't warrant, I shouldn't have been sentenced of first-degree murder. I didn't even have the means to commit a murder, nor the mindset to commit a murder. But still and yet, you know, I was found guilty.
Yeah, so those emotions, definitely mixed emotions.
Of course.
Okay. And for you, Anquette, what do you remember? I know you were, what, 3? Was this, you were 3
I
years old?
remember it like it was yesterday, down to what I had on.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
I can remember my grandmother just on the porch going ballistic, and my dad was in the back of a police car, and I don't know if he asked them if my mom could bring me over to the car, but I just remember my mom leaning me in the back to him, and I can remember him kissing me, and I think they all thought maybe that I wasn't old enough to understand that.
Yeah.
And in fact, I did, because I remember my dad carrying me on his shoulders. It used to be a store around the corner from my grandparents' house. And he would put me on his shoulders, and me and my cousin, he would walk us to the store all the time. And I remember that, and I just remember him just, like he was just gone. Nobody ever thought to explain it to me. I just figured it out more and more, as I got older.
And you and his family and friends and a lot of advocates in the community worked hard for years for this day. And your dad was released from prison on your birthday.
On my 55th birthday.
May 14th, correct? And what a gift.
Yeah.
Yes, it was true.
What a
a
gift.
gift, a profound gift,
Yeah.
one that I'd never forget.
Yeah.
To be reunited with my baby, my only baby.
Yeah. We have some video we want to show you from your last day in court.
Okay.
And I just want to know, there you are, what was going through your mind? Did you really think it was going to happen this time? They vacated your original sentence and gave you a lesser sentence, and you'd already served 52 years, so that was above and beyond, and basically this was the day that they set you free. How did you feel in that moment, and did you think it was going to happen?
Well, my feelings was so mixed at that time. I had been locked up for 52 years, 52 calendar years, a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at it with any certainty with regards to the disposition that would be meted out. I looked at it with interpretation. I didn't know where it was going to lead. I had a sense of hesitancy about me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But to my startling surprise, I was released.
Yeah, a lot of tears in that courtroom, Anquette, and
but I knew at that point he wasn't certain about it, but I felt it. I knew we had a shark. I knew it was gonna happen, and I knew we had
worked
David
hard
Layton
for that day. Yes.
on our side, and everybody know about them sharks. The Manly don't play. So I felt like I knew it was gonna happen this time. Just like him, so many times, over the years, we would get excited, and then it was always something. So, but this time it just felt different. I just really felt it was gonna happen this time.
Yeah, and here we are.
Yeah.
We're going to continue our conversation with Horace Peterson and his daughter, Anquette Whittier, when we come back from the break.
Boys, Sharon is so sweet. She's a sweet girl. I really like her.
So that was the first Father's Day, a Father's Day 52 years in the making for Horace Peterson. He's a man who spent all of his adult life behind bars, that is until last month, this spring, and ABC 12 was there to capture all of the hugs and smiles shared in the Peterson household yesterday. Horace received 2 books yesterday, a Father's Day card, some balloons and other gifts, and of course, lots of love from his family and friends. And he and his daughter, Anquette, they join us now here for First at 4. What was yesterday like for you?
It was like an awakening. I felt reunited with those I love dearly and good friends.
Yeah.
And it was reinvigorating my spirit,
Oh, yeah.
my person. I finally felt whole, a part of a family. Surely I miss mine very much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you and your daughter and your family, you maintained close contact over those 52 years.
Yes, we did.
But I'm sure that yesterday, Father's Day, was nothing like the Father's Days of the past.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I had a chance to be with my daughter.
Yeah. Is that why you're so emotional about it? Because it's like reconnecting.
Well, partly. Because I had been away from her so long. But, I did see her. She was brought up regularly by my parents and other family members to see me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like being able to kiss her or tuck her in at night.
Yeah.
I didn't have those.
And so, it's one day at a time. You mentioned that earlier. And, aside from strengthening your relationship with your daughter and your family, what do you want to do, Mr. Peterson, with the rest of your life?
Being that life is fleeting at this time, I'm 72. I don't know how much life I'd have. And there's some things I would like to do. Of course, if there's any kind of way I can be of service and really, truly help the younger generation, I would like to help in any way I can. But first of all, I must ascertain my health, my vigor, my intellect. I have a lot of things to assess because I've been through a journey that cannot necessarily be briefly explained. I went through a lot. All I could say is that I'm a people's person, and of course I would like to help those that's less advantageous, those with needs psychologically and otherwise. I would like to help them, but I haven't really, figured out the wherewithal to do the best I can do. If I do something, I would want to be the best I can do.
Well, it's still early. It's just been since May 14th, and today is the 16th. That's a month and 2 days.
I would like to help in the best capacity in which help is needed.
Yeah, be a service to your community.
Of course.
Your family. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. How do you feel, Anquette, about having your dad here and with you for the first time since you were a child?
I'm like he said, I'm just, ecstatic about it. At the same time, we have lost so much time, but I never felt like I didn't have my dad, because even though he wasn't here, he parented me from afar. Like, I didn't feel like, it was normal to me for him to be gone. I didn't feel like I was a kid who didn't have a parent, and not only that, I always had my dad, and I had a wonderful stepfather as well. But it was like we always talked on the phone. So if I needed to talk to him about something, I could write him a letter, and he would call me. So he was always
present.
I never felt like he wasn't present. I guess it was the norm for me for him to be there. So we made the best out of what we had, and I never felt any type of way or held that against him. He was a kid, and I know if it was up to him, he would have been here physically with me.
Right.
I can remember him telling me one time, I don't know if he remembered this, like, I got the kids, my kids, my daughter and my daughter Kiera and my son Eric. Like, I got them for Christmas, and I'm thinking, well, he always had them something made or something. You know, like he gonna send them something for Christmas.
Right.
And he sent me a money order, and I'm like, how is it? What is man? How he sending me a money order? But he did. He took care of their Christmas. So he did stuff like that, and you know, it was just a normal for me.
Yeah, things that
So,
you'll
but I'm
never
glad,
forget.
like, he in reach now. You know, and I just told him I wouldn't. I hope nobody go to jail because I'm not going to prison no more. I'm done. I've had enough of the prison, the correctional facility department.
Yeah.
And
You know, I could talk to you two
Yeah, it's fine.
all afternoon. My producer's telling me to wrap, but I want to talk about the GoFundMe. Where can people reach the GoFundMe?
It is on Facebook. It's on my page.
Okay.
It's on my son Eric Woodyard's page. That's fine. A lot of people shared it, so I don't.
Okay.
You know,
So
for
it
me
is
to
out
say
there.
Who
For anyone
Yeah.
who wants to, anyone who would like to donate as you start to rebuild your life.
and they
after
could
52
always
years.
contact me, my son, or my father. As far as that goes, everybody pretty much knows where the Peterson family household is. So if they want to, be of help in any type of way, or they can reach out to me or my son or even my dad at any
Okay.
time.
And I know there's going to be a big community official welcome home party for Mr. Peterson in honor of Horace Peterson. It's Saturday, June 28th from 4 until 8. It's going to be at Rube's Bar and Grill right in the neighborhood on Chevrolet. That's in the city of Flint. Mr. Peterson, I can't thank you enough for joining me and sharing your story and
Well, you're
a part of
welcome.
your journey with us here at ABC 12. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Anquette,
for
for
having
coming
us.
in.
You're welcome.
It's been my pleasure. And we're wishing you all of the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Isaac?